the DOM parser. Yes. Why do we use a DOM parser actually? Yes. What is the purpose of a DOM parser? Basically, a DOM parser will parse an XML document and it generates a DOM tree, right? A DOM parser will scan for the XML document. It will read that XML document, it will parse the XML document, then it generates the DOM tree. Yes, so what is the purpose of the DOM tree here? What is the purpose of the DOM tree? Why do we use DOM tree? Basically, a DOM tree, yes, it is, you'll find that in the DOM tree, you'll have node objects. This node objects basically, it holds the XML document details. And you see, through the DOM tree, we can read that XML data which is stored in this DOM tree. Okay, DOM tree is basically a data structure which holds the complete details about the XML document. Okay, yes. So you will find that we got an API appropriately which we can use to access the elements of this DOM tree to browse through the nodes. We can access the nodes, traverse through the nodes in the DOM tree. Okay, yes, you will find that here we'll be able to read the data which is in this node objects and all. Okay, cool. So now here in the last class we saw how to access the node tree, right? So let me just open this this DOM tree once we have. XML DOM. Yes, this is the DOM tree, right? So don't see this watch. Okay, I'm showing you people DOM tree. Okay, don't look at this advertisements. It seems flat 1,000 rupees. Okay, don't get tempted. So just look at this only for gents, I believe. Yeah. So just look at this DOM tree here. That's it. Okay, don't go for the advertisements. Yeah. So here the DOM tree has got nodes, right? So in the last class we saw how to access this root node. Okay, yes. The whole DOM tree is represented by an object. What is it? the whole DOM tree is actually represented by an object. What is that object? Document object. Very good. Yes, that's right. So basically the document object here, it represents the complete DOM tree here. Okay, yes. And through the document object, we can access the nodes. We'll be able to access the nodes here. Okay, yes. First of all, we saw how to parse the XML document. So which object in this application, in this Java application which you're looking at, which object actually represents the DOM parser here? Which object represents DOM parser? Document builder. Very good. Okay. So you see, you have to obtain the document builder object. Actually, this document builder object, it represents the DOM parser. Okay. Yes. Very good. Thanks for the reply. I really feel happy when I see this kind of response from you people. It encourages me a lot. Yes. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So, we saw how to access that root node. You see this get files first child. The first child of the document object is nothing but it will be the root node. Please make a note of it if you want. Okay. The first child of the document object will be root node. Okay. Yes. It will be root node. And you will find that here the child nodes of this document object will be which object, what nodes? There will be book nodes. These are element nodes. Basically, you'll find that in the bookstore you will have 3 child nodes, right? Yes, 3 or 4. 4. So under the bookstore, you will have 4 child nodes, right? Hope you people got it. Here, you will find that for each book element, for each book element here, you see, a node object will be created, and that node object will be what type? For the book, for each book element which you are looking at here, a node object will be created. That node object will be what type? The node object will be what type? No. Actually, it will be element node. I said that the nodes are different types, right? What are the different types of nodes? Yes, root node, element node, document node, text node, attribute node, and yeah, text nodes, attribute nodes, comment nodes. This way, you'll find that we got different types of nodes. Okay, nodes. Now here for the book, you see for each book element which you're looking at here, the DOM parser creates a element node. Okay, it creates an element node object of type element. It creates a node object of type element here. That's it. Okay, fine. So next, see here. Now, how do we access this element nodes? They are under the bookstore, right? So they are all child nodes of bookstore. See, that's the reason why we'll call this method called as get child nodes. Okay, using the root node object reference, we'll be accessing the child nodes here. Okay, yes, fine. Now you know what, here you'll find that you got 4 in this node list. The node list will be written by this get child method now. Okay, it returns a node list. Okay, in the node list you'll have 4 node objects. Okay, you'll have 4 node objects, element nodes. Okay, yes, yes, they can be attribute nodes also. That's right. What you said is right. But now we'll only concentrate on the element nodes. Okay, book element nodes. Yes, you are right. So we'll be only concentrating on the book element nodes now. Okay, we are only interested in that nodes first. Okay, yes. So that's the reason why, you know, when we are reading these objects, we'll scan for them. I'll show you. Now in this node list, we got the book node elements. Okay, book node element objects. How many book node element objects will be there? 4, right? There will be 4 book node element objects. There will be 4 book node element objects. So you will find that here you can read the book node element objects this way. While with a condition, or else I'll use for loop. I'm sorry, use a for loop. You know, you can find out the length of the node list. We got a method called as get length. Actually, yes, even the attribute nodes are considered as child nodes itself. That's right. So you'll find that now here. That's the reason why we'll only scan for the element nodes. Okay, which represents the book node book elements. Okay, yes, fine. Now here we'll find out the get length method and we'll try to iterate through that list, node list. And you know what, here how do I read the elements from the node list now? We are iterating through the node list. Now for each iteration I'll read one element. How to read the element? You see, in the node list you got a method called as get item. You have to pass the index value. It starts with 0. You know, in the node list you'll find that the node element objects or element node objects are stored based on the index value. The element node objects are stored based on the index value. Okay, yes, you will find that the element node objects are stored based on the index value. Yes, okay, fine. So now here you see we will be reading those elements using this index. You see, index starts with 0. Okay, the node list elements are stored based on the index value, and the index starts with 0 here. Okay, so we'll read the value which is at index 0, and then you see we'll store it in a node object reference, node class reference variable. Now we got the node object. Now this node object can be an attribute node or an element node. Okay, it can be different, any type of node, right? Yes, it can be any type of node. So That's the reason why, what I will do is here, I'll check this node type. This node object is what type, whether it is an element node or an attribute node. We'll check this node type. So how do I check the node type here? Here, in order to check the node type, we'll use a method for that. If node dot get node type, it returns the node type. If it is equals to, yes, if it is equals to node dot element node, okay. So here, using the node object, you'll get that node type. If that node type is equal to element node, okay, there is a constant variable called as element node, okay. There is a final static variable called as element node in the node class. So we'll use this variable to find out the node type, okay. If it is element node, then this value should be equal, this condition should satisfy. And if this condition is satisfied, that means the node object is an element node, that means it is one of the book node. Now let's read the data, okay. So here I'll print that node name, node dot get node name, okay. So I'll do this initially. So if I do this, what should be the output here? What should be the output? If I run this code, what should be the output? It should print the output. Uh, it should print book 4 times. It should print the book name 4 times here. You see, book is printed 4 times in bookstore once. Under the bookstore, you got book notes, right? Yes. Fine. Hope you people got it. So far what we have discussed, is it clear for you people? Please let me know. Yes, there is a possibility. We are not looking for that now. It is not a node list now in this case, okay? Yes. So that's the reason why I'm checking whether they are relevant nodes or not. So now you have to write the code based on what requirement you got. So only scanning for the element nodes now. Yes. Now what if I want to read now we got this book node object, right? Okay, I'll use that variable name as book node so that it will be easy for you people to understand. Okay, so I'm looking for book node. If it is book node, then we'll further read the elements from that book node. So yes, here you see, just a second. You see here, under the book node again, we got sub elements, right? Under the book element, we got sub elements again. Under the book element, we got the sub elements. Yes. So here now that means if I call this, you see that means we got 4 child elements under the book, right? We got 4 child elements under the book. So if I call this method, is it 4, 1, 2, 3, 4? If I call this method, again you can call this method to access the child nodes of book node. Okay, get child nodes. Node list. Now child nodes of book. Okay. So now in this node list, now we'll have the child nodes of book. So what are the child nodes of book here? You know that the child nodes are title, author, year, and price. And you know, again, each child node has got another child node. What is it? Each child node has got another child node. What is it? Text nodes. Very good. So that will be the child node of each child node of book node. You see, title is a child node of book node. Again, for this title, there is a child node which is text node which contains the data. Okay, we have to browse till that node now. We have to browse till that node. Okay, yes. You see here now I will use another for loop here. Child nodes dot get length, and then read this node objects. Now there book child nodes, right? So how to read that child node of the book? Child nodes book dot which method? Item. Use item method. Okay, that's it. Now here, first of all, I'll check whether again this node is a element node or not. Book child node dot get node type is equal to node dot element node. Then I'll print the node name. Okay, get node name. That's it. I'll run this code. Yes, you see, first the root node is book. So under the book, again, you see we got this title, author, year, and price. And this is another book. Again, these are the sub elements. Again, another book. You see, for the third book, you got how many authors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors, huh? Yes, let's see whether really you got 5 authors or not. 1, 2, 3, fourth one, huh? Third one. Yes, for the third one, you got 5 authors. You see, that's the reason why it was printing 5 or 4, 5. Sorry, 5 authors. That's the reason why it is printing author 5 times. This way it works. Now we have reached the last point of reading the data. The last thing which we have to do is here, read the data. Okay. So now we got the child node, right? In the child node, now we'll read the data. Okay. In the child node, from the child node, we'll read the data here. So here, this time, okay, book child node dot. So how to read the child node? There is only one child node, right? For each node here, for this nodes, there is only one child node. So if you got only one child node, you don't need to use get child nodes method. There is one more method. What is it? We have used it earlier also to read the root node. We have used it to read the root node. Sorry. Get first child. That's right. Get first child. What it does, it returns the node. And you see, this node definitely will be text node. Okay. We'll read the data which is in this node. Data. Okay. Node dot get text content. That's it. Okay. Node dot get text content. Yes, that's it. We are done. Okay. Let me run this code. You see, for the title node, you will have data. For the author, you have data. For the year, you got data. For the price, you got data. For book, you won't have any data, right? Yes. So this way, we have read this data from using the DOM. Okay. Yes. So please go through this once and let me know if you got any doubts in this regard. Yes. Okay. Very good. Now you know the data which we have read. The data which we have read. Is it appropriate for the Java applications? Is it appropriate for the Java applications? No. So what to do then? No, the data which we have read, is it appropriate for the Java application? Is it proper type or proper representation in Java? No, no. How do we represent the data in Java? So the data which we read, generally, any data, how is it represented in Java? As objects, right? Is the data in the form of objects now, which we read? Not, it is not in the form of objects now. Is it objects? I don't think so. The data which you have read, it's all text content. Node objects, okay, but here, you know what data was stored into this XML document? The details about the books, right? So if you were supposed to write a Java program to store the book details, then will you do the same thing? How will you represent it? Using a book class. That's right. Yes. And after creating the book class, we will create that book objects and store the data into that book objects. Right? But in this case, we are just printing the data. Okay, we are reading it from the XML document and simply printing it. That's it. But the thing is here, what if I want to represent it the way we represent it in Java, the standard way? So what you will do in that regard? So we have to define a book class. Okay, can you people give me the, you see you got this XML document, right? I want the appropriate representation, appropriate class definition, okay, for this XML document. For the data which is in this XML document, I want an appropriate class definition. Yes, all of you, can you people please do this? Okay, don't type it here. You try to type it in a text document and please paste it in the Skype. Yes, please paste it in the Skype. I'm waiting for you people, okay? Okay, good. I got few responses, but waiting for the others. Only book class, that's it. Just book, not abstract class. Where do we need abstract class here? Not abstract. Still, you people are missing something here. There is something missing. Okay, let me see. I'll mute myself. Okay, so good. Yes. Now I want you people to compare your answers uh, with my answer. Okay. Yes. Let's see how to represent it the way I define it. Just check once. So first of all, I'll do this and define a class called as book to represent the book elements. And here, see, we got category. Category is also represented as an attribute itself. Okay. Yes. For the title also we got an attribute, right? So you can also consider it. Okay. Title can be considered as a complex type. Okay. Yes. String category. Then what else? Author, year, price. Author. Uh, just a minute, please. Hi, Praveen Garu. Can you hear me? Hi, Praveen Garu. Can you hear me? So hope you can hear me, right? Okay. So next we got year. I'll do this year. Floor twice. And we got title, right? For title also create another class. Title. String. Title name. Or title itself. And what else? Language. We can add it here. And then, here we got a bookstore. And the bookstore will be list of book objects. List of books. That's it. This is the right or correct representation here. Okay. So hope you people got it. Very good. That's also a point. You got multiple authors, right? I'm sorry, I forgot. Set of strings. That's right. Set of strings. Okay. Hope this is clear for you people. Okay, so if you want, you can make a note of it. Yes, this is the complete class definition. Okay. Yes. So we got three classes here which we're using in this case. Three classes. You can please make a note of it, all of you. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So I have a task for you people. What is it? You see the code which we have done. Okay. Sorry, the code which we have written. So this Java application, what it does, it is reading the XML data from the XML document, right? So, but here I want this data to be stored appropriately into the Java objects here. Okay. Already we got the class definitions. What I want you people to do is store this data into appropriate Java objects now. Yes. Will you people do that? So till here I've done this. The data is read from the XML document. So what you have to do is store this data into the Java objects. You see, if you got book details, so we'll store the book details into which object here. So which object you are supposed to create? Book object, right? The data is in the book object here. Similarly, for title you have to create a title object, and for bookstore, so you have to create bookstore objects. Yes, so you have to create the objects appropriately here. Yes, you have to create the objects appropriately. Yes. So the result should be a bookstore object which contains list of books in it. Okay. The result here should be a bookstore object here which contains list of book objects. That's it. That is what I'm expecting. So hope you people got it. Fine. Now, validation stuff, we'll do it later. Okay, don't worry. So both for XML parsers, sorry, for DOM parser, for SAX parser, I'll show you the validations at once. Now, we'll move on. Here, you see, what if I got some data, okay, in the Java objects, and I want to create an XML document for that. Okay, now what we did here, we read the data from the XML document, right? And this time here, what I want you to do is, what we have to do is, we'll have Java object. We have to read the data from the Java object and store it into the XML document by creating an XML document. We have to transform the data, completely represent the data which is in the Java object. We have to completely represent it in XML format. We have to represent it in XML format. Okay, yes, we have to represent it in XML format. That is what I want to do. That is what my intention is now. So but I want you people to try this. How to do this? I'll show you. You see, I'll create another class for the sample. So here, now I'll create those classes. What classes? A book class. I'll place it in a package for the video. Sorry. First, title class. Okay. String title, string language. Okay. Yeah. Then we'll create a book class. Title. What else we have? Just a second. We'll copy this. Okay. Okay. Now let me add a constructor. Getters and setters. Okay. So I have added the getters and setters also. We got this book class. So we'll use this book class object to store the book details. Now what is the next thing we have to do? We need a bookstore now. Okay. Which holds this list of book objects. Bookstore. It should be list of books. In the bookstore we'll have books. Okay. So this way, you see here, we can store the book details. So we can represent that bookstore XML document here this way. Actually, this XML document contains the bookstore details, right? So the same data which is in the XML document here, how it is represented in Java? Yes, this way as a bookstore class with the following elements in it again. Okay? Yes. So hope you people got it. Okay. Fine. So any doubts in this regard, please let me know. Now we got this bookstore class. Any doubts? Okay, cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll create a book object. I got some details, let's say. So that's the reason why I'll create a book object here. And let's say Java programming, English. Insert authors category, Java. So here, 10. No authors. Let's say there is only one author. So I'll do this as set of and is fine. What is the error? Okay, I'm sorry. Uh, authors. Okay. So let's say here, this is the book element. And let's say this book, I'll add it to the bookstore. You can have multiple books as of now. So there is only one book. Bookstore and book. I've added this book element to the book list. Okay, yes, and then we'll pass that list here to the bookstore. So now bookstore contains books list of books. There's only one book in that list. There can be multiple books, as I said. In turn, that book list contains book objects, and that book object you got this details. Okay, so now let's say I have this data. Yes, how do I represent this data? Let's say a bookstore object is given to you this way. Okay, a bookstore object is given to you. So what you will do? How you're going to represent that bookstore object in the XML doc, in the form of XML? That means you have to transform this XML object into, Java object into XML document. You have to generate an XML document for this bookstore object. Yes. So here, how we are going to do that? What do people think? So you'll find that definitely there is support in the JAXP API. And, we can use the same DOM parser for this to do this. Okay. Yes. To generate an XML document for this Java object, we can use a DOM parser. And I want you people to give it a try, because we already have gone through how to read the XML document and all. Now you people are familiar with nodes, different types of nodes and all, so how they are created, right? Yes. So hopefully, I guess you should be able to also generate an XML document. So we have read the data from the XML document now. But now you have to generate or create an XML document. Okay, yes. And hope you people can do that. Yes. Fine. What I'm going to do is I'll stop it here today. Okay. Yes. So in the next class we'll talk about. But I'm actually expecting you people to complete this task. Not that difficult. So please do this. In the next class I'll talk about SAX parser. Okay. In the next class I will be talking about SAX parser. SAX parser. So let's see how to read the data from the XML document using SAX parser and transform it into Java objects. Java object transformations and all, so I want you people to handle them. Okay, so that task I'm leaving it to you people. It's because you people are very much familiar with objects. Once you know how to read the data from the XML document, I don't think it will be difficult for you people to transform it into into Java objects. Right? Yeah. So fine, I'll stop it here today.